Hey friends and family. I'm sitting out here on my front porch, uh, hoping that I won't get interrupted by Cherokee, because she has had a tendency to come and give commentary in the background while I'm doing this. And sometimes it's helpful commentary, but sometimes it's just annoying. But I have my laptop back. My laptop has been missing for a couple of weeks now. I took it to the Geek Squad, and that was kind of it was a bad experience for me. I mean, when I initially bought this from Best Buy, I paid $1,000 for it, and I bought the Geek Squad coverage, and I expected that would cover everything that could possibly go wrong with it. And the first time the hinges and whatnot went bad on it, they didn't charge me anything to have it fixed. And this is the second time the hinges. I'm not having problems with the software or anything, but the hinges keep going bad, and they bust out the plastic bottom and stuff, and it doesn't want to open or close properly, and or stay in position properly, and makes it difficult to use, and could break to the point where I can't use it at all. So when I took it in this time, I wasn't expecting any charges. Like, I hadn't gotten charged last time because I had bought the Geek Squad coverage. But apparently, I don't know what changed, or if I didn't get offered the full Geek Squad coverage this last time or what, but I got hit up for money. $90 just to leave it and get it looked at. And then it came back and said it was like 200 and something for all the repairs altogether. And the only, which really, is not fun to hear when you're having a vehicle with a lot of problems. And last week when I picked this back up was a bad week for me with the vehicle, and and hoping it's finally fixed. It seems to be fixed. It feels right finally. But so that this is just the vehicle has sucked us dry. It would have been nice to have been able to do something like buy us a refrigerator for our house instead of dropping, I think over $2,000, maybe close to $3,000 on fixing the vehicle. I paid $3,000 for this vehicle, and to be spending that much fixing it, to me, seems a little ridiculous. But it is something that kind of comes with having an older vehicle. Eventually things are going to break and wear out and need replacing, and you kind of hope that it doesn't do so much all at once. And it turned out part of the problem that I was having was that somebody put something in my gas tank. Now, how long this something has been there is unknown. It actually could have been there before I bought the vehicle, because it looked like it had been there quite a while. They let me take a look inside the gas tank to see it, and it looked like somebody had dropped something in, and then it had sat there and gotten hard in where it congealed at, or whatever you call that, and and I think what was happening with the move here, I moved to a place that, Utah's technically a high desert, but this is a real desert, where Utah is someplace where you can grow grass, not here, not with doing an extensive amount of irrigation and watering, and not really really, can't really grow grass around here. So yeah, so just all this money into the vehicle, and then and then not having this covered like I thought it would be. Yeah, I was having a bad week last week. So, but yeah, I ended up having to have the gas tank completely replaced, which was not easy, because the first place, of course, he called to get a gas tank was Ford, because it's a Ford Explorer, and it's a 99. And what he got told was, we don't make those anymore. That's an obsolete part. That's an obsolete thing, which I didn't appreciate having to hear, because I'm still driving your 99 Ford Explorer, and it's not obsolete for me. So I didn't appreciate that. So it took some hunting to find a gas tank for it, and it was not cheap. So yeah, it's been rough, but keep my fingers crossed. So far so good for the last few days here since I got it back, and feeling normal, except for the fact that it is an older vehicle, and with where I live now and how far I am away from work, I am eventually going to have to invest in something with much better gas mileage, because having to fill the tank every 2 to 3 days for going back to work is expensive. But not going to be doing that anytime soon, because I'm in debt up to my ears from fixing the exploder. And so that is, if I had, and that's the thing, is when you take your car in and you start to have it looked at and worked on, you really don't know how much you're going to spend until you get the bill. You can do an estimate and then find something that, once they start getting things apart, that, was not expected. And this was definitely not expected. So I'm not sure who, what, where, when, why put whatever in the gas tank there. I suspect it was for the previous owner and not for me, because I can't think of anybody that lives near us or has lived near us since I bought that would bother with doing something like that. But and karma's not a nice thing to have floating around to come back to you. You want to send out good vibrations, you want to send out good deeds, and and do things that will bring you blessings. Whoever did that, I don't worry about who it is, because I know that's something that will take care of itself. So I'm not overly concerned about that, but glad to be at home and have the weekend off. But the way the vehicle was going, I got stranded in Vegas for a day. I had taken the vehicle in as early as I could get there on a Tuesday morning, when they had opened it up and found the gunk in the engine, and in the gas tank, and we couldn't put it back on there like that, and trying to clean it out, and he didn't really have the facilities to clean it properly. So the only other choice was to get another one, which was going to take at least a day to get. So I had to leave my vehicle there, and I couldn't come back out here. I can just to Uber from there to my job was like, I don't know, about 20 bucks. And but so, you know, but Ubering from there to here and then back again for work was not an option. You know, so yeah, I just, you know, had Uber take me to work, even though I wasn't set to begin my shift until 9:30 p.m., which meant I was stuck like hanging out in the break room for hours waiting for my shift to start. And then, of course, you know, it was an all-nighter where I was there from 9:30 to 6 a.m., which was okay since my vehicle wasn't going to be ready yet anyways. And the coworker who referred me to Huskers to have my vehicle worked on gave me a ride and dropped me off in the morning. I wasn't expecting my vehicle to be done by until sometime in the afternoon. But the part came in early, thank goodness, and I got my vehicle back around 10 a.m. But by that time, I had pretty much been awake for more than 24 hours and had been in the same clothes for more than 24 hours. And I was feeling pretty foul on top of just exhausted. So when I got home, you know, the first thing I did was get out of those clothes and hop in the shower, you know, before I went to bed. And I went to bed and I slept until 5 o'clock in the next morning. So I slept more than 12 hours. I'm not sure exactly how many hours and try and figure that out yet. But Cherokee was scared. She thought maybe I had died in my sleep. She admitted coming in and watching me at one point to make sure I was still breathing. Give me a moment.